Championships continues. Welcome back once again. I'm Bob Barsha. Earlier in our program, we showed you the women's team competition, in which the Romanians emerged with yet another gold medal, led by Olympic silver medalist Gina Gojan, who's about to make her final appearance in international competition on the floor of the Melee Sports Arena. We'll also be watching Svetlana Khorkina of Russia, who just seems to have dominated this competition, redesigning her already difficult routines to meet the measure of new rules in gymnastics competition. As for the U.S. team, well, their sixth-place finish was perhaps not unexpected in light of the fact that they are a very young group led by Dominique Moceanu. Their best hope for a top 10 finish in the all-around, in which each athlete competes for herself, is with Kristen Maloney. Now let's get back to the competition with Robin Roberts, Kathy Johnson-Clark, and Bart Connor.
Dominique Moceanu finished 9th at Nationals. She's here at Worlds only because 3 younger Americans did not meet the age requirement. It hasn't been the best championship for the 15-year-old captain.
She has seemed lost all week long. She doesn't have Bella Caroli at her side. She has a new coach, Liviu Maziliu. Kathy, this is a tricky routine for her, isn't it?
And the part that she sometimes has trouble with is coming up right here, the transition to low, tack salto. Oh, right, nicely done.
She's only been training for about a half a year after enjoying the post-Olympic success of last year's gold medal team.
I believe she's doing a double layout dismount here. She threw a more difficult one at the championships, but missed it. This is the smarter idea. Good start for Moceanu. Now, with the new code of points, it's going to be difficult to get a really big score for anyone, but particularly if you don't have enough bonus points in there to have the routine start from a 10.
This has to be a relief for her to get this routine out of the way.
Kathy, you mentioned the difficulty value. This is perhaps the best sequence in the routine right here, this transition to the low bar. But compared to some of the other gymnasts that we'll see in the competition tonight, her start value was only a 9.6. That means that's the maximum score she could get based on the difficulty level of the routine.
And Dominique's score, 9.05. Let's move to the floor. 17-year-old Russian Yelena Prodanova. She's strong, trains 36 hours a week.
And Robin, she's particularly strong on the front tumbling, though this first pass takes off going backwards. Notice how she turns and does a double front forward right into another one.
Like it's nothing.
She'll go forward again with another double front. This time taking off forward. She actually sometimes has some trouble going backwards. She's not as oriented. Let's see if she can make this landing. Pulled it out.
Yeah.
A ton of bonus in that routine, though, because of those double fronts and the Arabian double front and the combination passes. It'll probably score well.
We'll be back to Lausanne, Switzerland for more of the women's all-around final in just a moment. Welcome back to Lausanne, Switzerland on the shores of Lake Geneva as we send you back to Robin Roberts.
Khorkina of Russia. She's a Russian national champion, would love to add a world title.
She is really beautiful on this event. Long legs, long lines, and steady. Always so steady and calm. Look at the flexibility.
Very uncharacteristic for her. That's a critical move because that's a combination of dance and acrobatic movements. She needs that as a special requirement on the event.
The first break she's had at all throughout all the days of competition, preliminaries, team, everything. My only fear for her coming into this competition is because of all the preliminaries and the team finals that she might get tired. She's not the type of gymnast that has a lot of reserve.
Conditioning always has been a problem with her, especially her nagging back injury.
This is a beauty, though. Excellent dismount.
Yes, she saved the best for last, but she possibly has left the door open just a little bit.
And she knows it. This was a more serious problem than just the obvious balance break. Usually she gets 0.2 of a point bonus for the special connection and the element. So she'll start from a 9.8.
And when most gymnasts dismount off the end of the balance beam, watch this dismount off the side. It's brilliant, very high, and elegant landing position.
And her score, 9.562. A young American, Krista Maloney, 16 years old, on the vault, placed second at Nationals.
She has some of the highest start values of the American team here on vault. This first vault is worth a 9.8, a 1.5 twist. Good landing. Not quite as clean in the air as it could have been, but a very good landing.
That's a good point. She struggled a little bit in the earlier rounds of competition. She's very powerful in vaulting, but this week she's looked a little bit off, a little sloppy in her form.
And her score for her first vault, 9.412. Remember, they'll take the average of 2. By the way, Protonova on the floor, 9.7.
This is a much more difficult vault. A double twist. It's worth a 9.9. It takes a lot to get it around. She just gets it around. Again, a little sloppy in the air, but she's coming up with very good landings.
We'll get the Kristen score in just a moment. Over on the unevens, Gina Gojan of Romania. She has won 16 world and Olympic medals. No Romanian has won the women's all-around in 10 years, and Gina is hoping to change that in this, her final major competition.
This is going to be a huge test for her. This is the only event that could stand in her way of an all-around medal. She's only trained for the bars for 1 month. She hadn't planned on competing on them, and they talked her into doing it.
She hates the bars. Her favorite events are vault and floor. She said, I hate this event.
And blew it in the team, scored only an 8.1, so she needs to just get through and survive this event. If she can just get a decent score, then she's on her way. So far, this is much better. All right, conservative routine, but she made it.
She made it through. And Maloney's second vault, 9.475 for a 9.443 average.
You know, the Romanians have been criticized here for not showing much emotion.
Perhaps unemotional, but they have dominated the sport. A 9.375 for Gojan, but Elena Protonova leads after the first rotation. Horkina is 6th, Gojan in 12th. We'll be back with more from Lausanne.
Now Horkina on the floor.
Truly the best part of this floor exercise routine is the choreography. This is a new routine for her. Beautifully choreographed and very, very ingenious. She works the code to the mat. She has found the elements that she does well that give her the bonus points, and usually the routine is worth a 10. So just sit back and admire the choreography. It's truly lovely.